Alright, YouTube, it's the Shadow King Nazru, here with a review for Rosario Vampire 2, Chapter 52. So we start off with the chapter with Kurumu getting sliced in half by the Jigen Tao from Aqua. Right. That happened. Yeah. So this chapter starts off on a dark point. And then Aqua points her hand at Misery's neck and threatens her not to move. And Aqua tells her sister to stop resisting reviving Dracula with her power, or she'll kill Misery. And Misery asks for an explanation, and Aqua says that over the years she made a magic square to break the seals, even as strong as Mocha's rosary. Mocha then starts coughing blood, and Aqua says this is the result of her trying to resist making Dracula stronger and reviving him. And she says that the only way he can be revived is if the outer Mocha fades away and goes back to being inner Mocha. And Misery learns that if the seal is destroyed, outer Mocha won't exist anymore. And Kurumu's severed Kurumu's severed body says she won't let it happen and starts grabbing Aqua. Oh, good. Kurumu's still alive. And it's kind of funny that Aqua fell for the same trick twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Anyway, Kurumu manages to cut Aqua's arm, and the next panel shows that she's completely whole. And Aqua and myself quickly deduced that her slicing up Kurumu was one of Kurumu's illusions. And thus Kurumu and Misery plan to use their new training against Aqua. Then we cut back to Ruby and Skinny, who are in the Fire Dojo dimension, and the communicator breaks. And they suspect that something happened to Kurumu and Misery, and thus they try to escape the Fire Dojo area. However, Kuyo is still alive and regains consciousness, just long enough to say it's pointless as this is an enclosed spaced area created by the Masked King, and they see a vision of the Masked King's face. Then Kuyo escapes with a portal, and thus leaving Skune and Ruby to the flames. Fortunately, Ruby uses her magic tag to keep the portal open so they can escape. Nice going, Ruby. Real clever. And then we cut back to Aqua, who has just whooped Kurumu and Misery's ass. I feel like this is kind of skipping the fight. So if they do an anime reboot and Toei Animation does it, I don't want them to skip the fight. I actually want to see Aqua beating the shit out of Kurumu and Misery. Not because I'm gonna say it, because I feel like if they're gonna have a fight, they deserve to have a fight that's actually shown. They deserve that. And anyway, Misery feels that the gap between Aqua and them is so great that even if they trained for 1,000 years, they still wouldn't be in the same league as her. Wow, that's scary. Aqua says that even though they're no match for her, their ice and illusion combo is enough to defeat any of the other subdivision leaders. And she then prepares to kill them both, but Mocha stops her and tells the two to stop fighting, since she's a fake persona made in her mother Akasha's image. Mocha remembers everything, including the Dracula incident and her mother's death, and feels her friends coming despite everything is enough to save her from madness and she'll forgive them if they leave right now. However, Kurumu and Mizure literally say, "Don't fuck with us," because she's their love rival, and they want to beat her in gaining Tsukune's love, fair and square. And thus, Kurumu and Mizure use their ultimate technique, the black and white duet number 13, Last Waltz, which is basically a giant falling ice pillar, and it hits Aqua, but she uses the Jigentao to avoid it. However, fortunately, Mizure starts throwing more shards, and Kurumu continues to make more illusions, so it'll be hard for her to evade this. Then they remember that Tohou Fuhai says that the Jigentao has limits. Her movements are restricted, she can't attack as long as she's evading, and she can only remain intangible using Jigentao for 40 seconds. Thus, the plan is to cause the Jigentao to run out of time, and thus uh, Aqua will be vulnerable, especially since she doesn't have a very good defense, and thus if they hit her, she'll die. Then uh, we have this nice little tidbit for Kurumu where she says that Tsukune's and the others' feelings for Mocha are real, and even though Kurumu has tried to hate Mocha a, a lot of times because she was getting her way of loving Tsukune, she ended up liking Mocha, and thus uh, she really cares about her and wants her badly to come back home, which is a nice bit of development that, despite their tensions for getting Tsukune's love, they are indeed fact friends. However, the tender moment is really destroyed when Aqua uses the Jigentao to slice Kurumu and Mizure, for real this time. And if you go to my Google Plus page, you can actually see the picture of when she actually does it. Then Kurumu, with her last breath, pleads Mocha to not make Tsukune cry, and the sorrow over Mocha's friends being harmed breaks the seal, and Mocha turns into inner Mocha, much to Aqua's joy. This chapter started off dark on a dark note and ended on a dark note, and I gotta give props to that. Not a lot of chapters do that, and it was pretty. I did like how both Kurumu Mizure and Ruby uh, used their heads to get out of the situations they're in. Even though Kurumu and Mizure's plan did fail, the concept of trying to have the Jigentao run out and then strike her down was pretty clever. And it's nice to note that Aqua says that had it been any other opponent from Fairy Tail, they could have easily beaten her, with the exceptions of probably Gyokuro Shuzan, the Masked King, and Fujisaki. Uh, so I definitely love this chapter, despite the dark notes that it ended on. And we'll see just where things go in chapter 53.